Sorry.
So, my name is Connie, and you know me from my Lucia videos. And I'm starting a series. It's going to be called the Vi Girl series. Tips and tricks. Basically how I deal with my life. Everything from cosmetics to various household things, etc. So today is how to deal with your makeup. And I should say VI or Vi is for visually impaired. I have no sight in my right eye. Only partial in my left. So a lot of these are going to be kind of more difficult for someone with no sight, but this is kind of how I do it. So it's good to have an organizational system. So this is my box. I keep my eyeshadow stacked. And then I have my mascara. And then I have my blush, which I only have one of right now. And then I have a lot of lips. I have a lot of them because that's my main thing. I don't really like doing all of this every day because it is a little difficult. I don't need that much time to do my makeup, but it is difficult. And then this is what I keep my brushes in. One thing you'll notice is with my cosmetics, I use short brushes. These are much easier to control and make sure you get the space that you want rather than the longer brushes. So, the first thing you want to do is make sure you've washed your face, which I have. Make sure there's no dirt. You will not be depending as much on a mirror. Now I use a little magnifying mirror. I carry that, but I don't rely on it fully. You have to rely more on feel and doing some little safeguards at the end. So the best thing to do with this is to come up with your color scheme. Now, what I'm gonna do is I have kind of only partial vision. So that is my gray shadow. Nope, I was wrong. That's my gray. So that is my plum, which we are not using today, so that's going to go back in the box. See, I don't have quite the best color vision. So we're going to do a two-tone eyeshadow, which is kind of difficult, but if you're very careful, you can do it. One rule with cosmetics is it's either lips, eyes, or both. And if you like bold, dramatic colors like I do, you want to use a very subtle blush. Your best bet is to go through someone. I work with a Mary Kay consultant, and she helps me make sure that I can match things up correctly. So, with my lipsticks, I have lots of reds and pinks. And I think I'm going to go with this one. It is called Ruby Night. It's good to have a sequence. Now, what they suggest is generally eyeshadow first, but because I'm visually impaired and occasionally I slip and get marks under my eyes, I will do my mascara first. That way it's easier to clean up and I don't have to redo my eyeshadow if I goof up my mascara. Crucial to have these on hand. These are makeup remover wipes. Make sure you get the right kind so that if you have sensitive skin, it doesn't suck. So, let's do this. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to hold it steady and then bring it to my lashes, and you can feel the brush against your lashes. I'm having a little trouble with the lighting, but that's okay. And you kind of pass it back and forth, and you bring it in underneath your top lashes, and you blink. That's the left eye. My right eye I have no vision, so it's a bit more delicate. Pass it underneath. just smudged a little, but it's not too bad. So sometimes I'll kind of go like this to quickly dry the mascara. And while we are waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and do my lips. I currently don't have an eyelash comb, but if you have a mascara that clumps, you are going to want one because you can use it to get rid of that. So what you do, you turn it just enough to where it comes to the surface, like it's sticking out of the tube a little bit. And you start on the inside of your lip, to the corner, through the corner, outer, cross, rub them together, and you can kiss your hand. Now, if you're in public, you do that in the bathroom because you're gonna have obviously lipstick print on your hand. If you're in private, you can do one of them. Okay. I have a makeup remover wipe that I already used. I'm just going to get that off my hand. My lips are done, and my mascara should be dry now. So we were starting to talk about eyeshadow, and this is a shot glass full of water. And this is just a neat little trick because occasionally with our vision loss we cannot see if we have powder shed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet the brush in the water, and I'm going to take it to get the extra off. I'm going to go 1, 2, just to get the extra water off. I just did that on the back of my hand. So you start off with there. What I'm gonna do is, that's the black, I don't need that one yet. This is the gray shadow. So I take this, and what I'm doing, because it's kind of harder to do it on, well, holding it in my hand, is I'm gonna pass the little brush across the surface of this, which is the little pad of eyeshadow, and then I'm going to take it and go tap a couple times against my nail, against the hard part of the brush. And what that does is get rid of any excess. So I'm going to close my eyes, put 2 fingers right here, and I'm going to start, pass, and you go in long straight lines across your eyelid. Make sure you get down to the mascara line and cover your whole eyelid. And you have to use the arch of your eyebrow bone as a guide. And then you take the brush and you kind of go back over the same area and you kind of move it up and down slightly. And that is what's called blending it. So that's top lid of my left eye. Doing the same thing. And I'm going to do the same thing to my right eye. Blend it. And if you want to get really fancy, take the brush, the same thing, dash it like that, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to pass it along my bottom lid, which is a little more difficult.
Kind of like a liner, right?
Mm-hmm. A touch more difficult because you have to try not to get it on your cheekbone. But there's a step I do after this that will take care of that. Because a lot of times you are bound to get some powder around your eye where you don't want it. So once I get done doing this, I'm going to just clean as a general preventative. So now I've done the gray. Actually gonna blend that a little bit more. Actually, this is more silver, but it's a color called Sterling. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna re-wet the brush, and I use a little shot glass. You can do it in the faucet, but I'm using a little shot glass for convenience purposes, and honestly, it's actually easier than going to the faucet every time. Brush it off on the back of my hand, and then take the black. And I am going to ash it, just like I did with the silver. This is the black pad of shadow. And I'm going to take this and go to the top corner, inside corner of my left eye, and I'm going to trace the line of my brow bone. And then I'm going to blend it. And do the same thing to the other eye. Trace. And if you're left-handed or right-handed, you might have to start from the outside corner, but it's not a big deal. And trace and then blend. So that goes back in there. Alright, so you can see I kind of slipped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this under my eye, and I'm going to hold for a second and wipe. This is a fail-safe. That's why I don't do the under eyelid so much. So basically, I'm just going to take this and wipe it around my eye. And so there's that other side. And that's done. Alright, real quick, I'm going to do blush. So, blush is super easy. It's literally a matter of, open this up, I'm going to put it across the pad here, dash, and then I'm going to take 2 fingers and lay them like this, between the apple of my cheek and my nose, and I'm going to put 1 finger underneath, so that I have an outline of my cheekbone, and I'm just going to go straight back, all the way to my ear, and then up, following a straight line, and I'm just kind of curving it, and now I'm going to feather it so that it's blended in. And occasionally, if you want, you can just take your fingers and just make sure it's nice and even. This is slightly more difficult because I'm right-handed. The same thing. Curve. Feather. Feather. If you want to get careful, you go like that a little. Go like that a little. On the insides of your cheekbones. And that makes sure that it's all nice and even. And that, my dear, is how you can do your makeup if you have vision loss. So I hope you enjoyed this. Basically, I just wanted to demonstrate how I have learned how to do these things. And I hope you will tune in again for the next one.